So anybody got a question for any of our speakers thus far?
I'd like to ask Alison, you talked about debt in other countries. Could you just give an example of what other countries you're working in other than the UK at the moment, and what successes you've had there?
Yeah, so I think let's just break down the UK first of all, because we should probably be talking about England, Scotland, different countries, because the curriculum system is very different in Scotland to England. So Scotland, for a start, with Curriculum for Excellence, looking at 3 to 18-year-olds, the whole progression is about getting children prepared for work. Fantastic curriculum model. And again, you know, raising achievements in Scotland, same maths issues, same literacy, numeracy issues. So Scotland has been a real eye-opener for me, coming from a country, England, where everything is about targets and league table points. To see Scotland thrive and getting children into the built environment is just fab. Look at Dubai, you know, the built environment's going crazy over there, but they have the same problems as we do, in that, you know, in Dubai, the built environment is seen as quite a low-level career choice. And yet, look around you, you know, Burj Khalifa, the foundations for that thing, you know, that was crazy, except that school children just see a big glitzy tall building and they don't see who's behind it. America's the same. I mean, we've actually contacted through the website saying, you know, we need a BIM curriculum in America. We think this is it. Can we put it into our students? But they don't start until they're 16 years old in America with this kind of curriculum. So the boys, it's a school of boys, you know, boys. They've introduced the Hotel Underground competition for 16-year-olds, and they're doing amazing things. And the feedback's been, this is the BIM curriculum that America needs. So I think it's, you know, what we hear, what we've all been talking about is a global issue. It's not an English issue around perception of construction, around progression and around getting our children in and the future of technology and so on. It's a global issue. Every developed country that you talk to, just have the Vietnamese over. Vietnamese came to Salford University, met some of our students from St Ambrose. They were like, you do this with kids? Oh my God, you know, this is crazy. So, you know, we're going to look at Vietnam. I'm over in Lithuania at the end of June. Lithuania's launching DEC. For their students in 3 schools as a pilot.
I just want to mention that, actually,
yeah.
The pilot idea that, you know, we work with, say, Swedish schools.
Yeah.
Normally teachers that would have a passion, interest in this area, and that's maybe one way you can sort of demonstrate the value of it to other schools.
Yeah, you have to start with a pilot. If you don't have a pilot, because the main thing with education is mapping to the very traditional and national curriculum. So the way we work with DEC is basically saying, okay, well, that's the system in Scotland, let's map the subjects, let's map the outcomes, let's map the skills and the education, not just, you know, skills not post-16, let's start with skills lower down the curriculum. So it has to fit. Schools have targets, they're measured, it has to fit.
Anybody else with a question? Or comment? Gentleman here.
First one's just a point, just for Roisin. The stats that you put up at one point, compared 2007 against today, I think we should be comparing probably the 12% or the optimum where we should be against today, because we have a risk of always looking back at this kind of extreme outliner that we were at. My second thing, I suppose, is a question for the panel. Is there a need for sort of a central organisation or structure in, let's say, Ireland to look after the construction industry? Because we have architects looking after themselves, engineers looking after themselves, and there isn't enough joined up thinking. Is there, and could that help with education and getting people into the business of construction as well?
Yeah, I certainly think it would serve a very useful role in in coordinating activities.
Yeah, I mean, I work with a lot of professional bodies. I never get them in the same room, and it's really frustrating. So when I think of architectural technology as a really, really great example, work very, very closely with the professional body in the Northwest. Really, really active, particularly around people like, Anne Vanner at UCLan and so on. Really, really dynamic, but nothing else in the rest of the country. If I look at CitA, Chartered Institute of Building Services Engineers, CitA in Yorkshire have been a fantastic region, really supported our schools. It happens nowhere else. The RIBA. Okay, so the RICS, helpful, occasionally. Yeah, RIBA, I was trying to make a point, nothing. It's almost like they're architects, so they don't work with the built environment. And it's probably the same in universities. You see the same kind of silo approach. Architecture sits outside built environment. Get everyone in the same room. So yeah, I absolutely think you need a central government for that.
Two comments that I'd make. Firstly, I think you're absolutely right. The nature of economic statistics, that you're always looking in the past. I think what we do need to be careful, and it raises an important issue, is if we look at the growth past and look at the projections going forward, we're very soon going to reach that 12% allegedly sustainable level of construction industry contribution, depending on the forecasters that you're looking at. That could be as soon as 2022. Where we do meet that 12%. And my question is there anybody going to put the brakes on it or to slow it down such that we don't make the mistakes of the past? So I think your comment is well made. I focus primarily on the historic, which is the nature of the actual statistic, but we do need to look forward as well in order that we don't overheat and suffer the mistakes of the past. The second issue that you've raised there is in terms of a collaborative. I think the fact that there's so many stakeholders in the room today is a very positive step in terms of that. But yes, I do think that we need to do this, particularly, and as the focus of today is on the skills shortage and labour market issues, we need to look at that, because as we can see, there are even reports and information coming out from so many different sources, all of which are really, really valuable. But perhaps what I was alluding to earlier on is in that information and in that market intelligence, perhaps there is a need to come together even to determine more accurately the quantum of the problem from the various stakeholders. Maybe we need to come together to put a figure that dare I say, not an economic forecast, but actually coming from industry to say, what do you actually need? How many people? What level do you need? And then from the third level perspective, go, how are we going to be able to deliver that and look at innovative solutions, not only third level but second level and primary schools, in order that we have it sufficient and a sustainable level of throughput into the construction industry. So I do think from both of your comments are very, very valid and important for consideration today. So thank you.
Anybody else? Question or comment?